Living out here in the woods at Wheaton Labs can be pretty magical sometimes. Which is why my partner Carol Ann was so reluctant to leave this place. But her visa is running short and she must return to Canada. Before she left, she made a few wood-burn signs to beautify and leave her mark at Wheaton Labs. I did a little bit more work on Allerton Abbey. And then we were driving west past Lake Coeur d'Alene on our way to the ocean. Soon, we found ourselves in Seattle, in a drastically different environment from Ant Village. Thankfully, I found some music to soothe the transition. A much more difficult transition was saying goodbye to Carol Ann, as she boarded a ferry to Vancouver Island. Thankfully, she will be back at Ant Village as soon as possible. Fortunately, this sadness was tempered as well by the laughter of children as I visited with my good friend TJ on nearby Whidbey Island. TJ managed to get me up early most days to go fishing for salmon. We tried many different times, but never did catch any fish. At least the boys had fun. Near Deception Pass, I was able to see what a Douglas fir tree really looks like, much different from the saplings here on the lab. And of course, we tried some more fishing. It felt really good to be back with the ocean, and to spend time with the love of old friends. But alas, I had work to do in the Ant Village, so I said goodbye to them both. I returned to the Ant Village to find it blanketed in smoke from the nearby forest fires. It had a much different feeling to it and was eerily quiet. I spent my first day back feeling a bit lonely and homesick. It's hard to move away from the people you love. However, the magic soon returned as Jacob Wisner of Sapphire Apiaries came by the lab to lead a workshop on beekeeping. He shared with us all about the life of bees and talked about the difference between commercial beekeeping and more bee-centric methods of hive maintenance. Then we got to actually see inside the hive. It was like looking into another world, a secret world. I couldn't help but feel honored to be allowed a glimpse into the inner workings of these sacred creatures. They could have easily drove us off, but instead allowed us to stand close by as Jacob calmly worked the hive. I wore just a t-shirt and was never once stung or even felt threatened. The old hive boxes were starting to fall apart, so Jacob transferred the hive frames into 2 new boxes while checking on the health of the hive. It was a bit more invasive than a normal hive check, but it was a warm day and the bees didn't seem to mind too much. I'm working with my fellow ant villager, Josh, to put together a more detailed video about this workshop in the future. I finished this day filled with gratitude for the opportunity to live here at the Ant Village, with all the magic that comes with it. And more than ever, I felt thankful to the bees for taking care of all the being here on the lab. On top of all the gifts they bring, known and unknown, they even allowed us to receive a single frame of honey. Ain't life sweet?